Nope, it's still currently complete trash.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
I guess the stream live.
Yeah, the stream's live.
All right, so OCB
Man.
locks in RE4 Davemon. Will be interesting to see how that ends up going against Backpack's Victor play.
Wait, what the heck? What happened with my scene here? Why is it all messed up with the stretch now? What?
I don't know. We did see a pretty weird build coming out from Zero Liquids Azir last game. Hopefully, Backpack does have a better showing. Maybe doesn't decide to upgrade the Hex Core immediately. That was definitely an interesting call right there coming out from him. The Victor Ari
Oh my
matchup,
gosh. I don't know if I'm gonna be
I
if we're gonna be
feel
able to do this. They're probably not getting the majority of what you're saying. My frames are still going really crazy low. It's like it went back up and then it decided to go back down again. Oh, nope, it's going back up again. Maybe it'll stabilize again. Please. No, it's still staying red over there. Oh, maybe. No. Maybe. Maybe.
I, I think it's like an issue with your internet because I heard you breaking up on Skype. It's not like just your stream, it's like your actual
That's why
internet.
I said I think somebody's sending me packets, if anything, because I don't know how else. We can hear everything. Okay, they can hear everything.
I
Nothing
don't
is
know.
lagging like before. I don't know. I don't think that's going to stay like that for the entirety. I think he's going to take that back because it is definitely lagging. Just keep talking about the game. I mean, we can
All right.
try.
Yeah. So I feel as though the Victor Ari matchup is largely up to scales. Also with the jungler presence as well. Two top tier gankers making their way into this lane is really gonna add a lot of pressure to both of those mid laners. Really, Ari might have a better time against this because uh, there's no like real lockdown on the side of Victor and Hecarim unless Victor gets a really nice gravity field down.
Yeah. Okay. So we are loading into the game now. I don't have a scene set up for the load-in screen. Apologize. So we'll just have to go for this again.
It's all good, man.
Actually, hold on. There we go. I can use that one until we get into the game.
So how do you think that lane's gonna end up working out though? The Victor and Ari.
This is like the Ari Diana lane. I'm gonna say that Ari's gonna have the advantage here.
Yeah, we do see Backpack's actually respecting the Ari pick with the cleanse summoner spell. So like he knows the threat that's going to be towards him in that lane. If he gets charmed, then he's essentially going to die. What's really going to be unfortunate for him is that there's two lockdown spells when that at least decides to gank. One with the cocoon, the other one with the charm. And cleanse, it might reduce the lockdown of one of the spells, but like in that time they could still output enough damage to end up getting the kill. So he's got to be really careful with actually using that spell. Doesn't want to like waste it for no reason if he's just gonna die anyways.
Brom stun, Maokai snare, Maokai knock up, Heck ult, Heck knock back, a ton of potential to CC the hell out of a single or a few targets along with Victor W. Yeah, there's a lot of single target potential. There's also a decent bit of single target potential coming out from the other side as well, though. I don't know what
I
the
feel
other side
I
is.
feel as though like they're largely gonna play the pick composition. Uh,
Overhyped. That's who the second team is. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, like Overhyped is largely gonna like I feel as though they're largely gonna play like for towards the pick composition. The only problem with that is they're gonna have to have like superior vision control. Otherwise, like that pick that they may think they're getting will end up just being a complete and utter bait, and they'll get absolutely destroyed in a team fight. Because like you said in the chat right there, this team fight composition is largely in favor. This team fight is largely going to be in favor of Darkwave Gaming. There's really nothing that overhyped Cool Blast is going to be able to do in a full 5v5 fight unless they get a pick off beforehand, or like they're just so insanely ahead.
Yeah.
Right now, we do see both the teams actually headed for just warding out that river. I'm kind of surprised. I always like am disappointed to see it when teams, they don't utilize their early trinkets. There's really no point in not putting them down.
Yeah, you want to get as much information as possible. So, upgrading high score is a legitimate build. It's a build centered around mid-game team fights. The problem with that is that he was having such a rough time in mid lane that it wouldn't matter if he went for mid-game team fights, because it wasn't going to be very easy for him to sustain in those mid-game team fights.
Like, yeah, you always run into that same argument with people, but like you always have to ask the people, like, at one point, like, is it okay to like stick to that same build if it means you're gonna suffer in the lane?
Yeah, and you don't want to. I mean, it's okay. It's one thing to just like fall a bit behind, but to suffer to the extent that he was last game is completely different, and that is not something that you can really accept. You can't suffer the way he did and try to be like, oh, we'll make it up mid-game, because it won't happen then.
And level 2 ganks have not been prevalent since Season 3, so it's unlikely we'll be seeing that coming out in this game.
Not even that, but even so, if you're using your trinkets as soon as you're ready to, they should theoretically be back up in time for a level 2 gank. Or at least one of them should be back up for a level 2 gank in every lane.
Oh, I think he means like level 2 gank in the jungle. Like level 2, like jungler hits level 2 and then invades into the other jungler's jungle.
Oh, okay.
That might be
Trinkets for the level 2 gank, and in case they invade, you can ward your jungle and gain information if they are going to dive level 2 and whatnot with a 4-man dive. Blowing all your trinkets right away is dangerous. That's why I said I think you should have them back up by the time you need them. If you
use them before 1 minute, it'll be up by like usually when the first jungler ganks the lane. Like the jungler's trinket may be a little bit more valuable earlier on, because like he wants it for like any kind of early invade. But like the laner's trinkets, like those are expendable early on.
Yeah,
like, those are definitely expendable.
Especially in bottom lane, you have 2 trinkets, so you should be fairly safe.
Right now we're into this game. It looks as though it's gonna be pretty standard. No aggression going on across any of the lanes just yet. CR actually may be looking to go in on to Al. Kuhn not going to go on just yet. There's just some trading going on. Looks as though Jay actually taking a bit of damage. And right now, we do see Presto coming into the bottom, and he's going to be catching out Blood Moon Chain. That's a lot of damage with the red buff ticking. That's just going to force the Thresh away. It looks as though doesn't really get the full gank off, but he does alleviate some of the pressure.
Yeah. Is stream lagging for anyone else, or is it my phone? It's your phone. My frames are perfectly fine now.
Right now, Andrewmon just taking advantage of that range he has and just poking out Jay whenever he can. Like, it will add up over time, but Braum is not really the person that's going to be affected too much by those auto attacks. Especially with the relic shields in his inventory, he'll be able to heal up most of that damage.
But you got to put out the poke where you can, and that is the easiest poke for Andrewmon to get out without taking a lot of poke in return.
Yeah, definitely. He's got to be really careful right now, though. Once that piercing light comes out and clears out the back line of minions, it really sets up Jay to throw out the winters by possibly looking to set up an easy stun onto him. That's when that's where the Thresh actually really has to shine to kind of prevent the Braum from going in like that. And he's been doing a pretty nice job about it. Right now, this is actually this is probably like the
most relaxed game.
No, like this is like the longest we've gone without a first blood.
Yeah, most relaxed game.
Yeah, right? I like it. I'm liking it.
They're definitely more respectful of their opponents on both sides.
Yeah, definitely. Like and you know, these teams aren't playing for nothing. They're playing for 1600 RP, 4-win IP boost. And
I thought you were about to say $1,600. I was like, $1,600. Dang. How do you divide that into 5 people? I mean, you can because it's
pretty
got a 0.
easily.
It's got a 0, but still, that's a weird number.
Well, and they also get the Triumphant Rise skin. Meanwhile, Davemon gonna be ganked by that Hecarim. Looks as though we have some action in the bottom lane as well. Blood Moon Chain locks down Jay. Will be taking a bit of damage, but overall, I think that did go in favor of that red team right there.
His name suddenly makes sense to me. Blood Moon Thresh, and he has a chain.
Wow. I mentioned that in the Champions Select too.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Maybe we'll see Blood Moon Chain on Blood Moon Thresh. Literally quote me on that. Right now, Andrewmon just gonna clear out that minion as best as he can, continuing to add pressure. Interesting use of the Chaos Storm right there. Just gonna be pushing out the minion wave. Davemon is level 6 now, and with the bit of spell vamp that he's getting from his passive, he's able to stick in that lane just a little bit longer.
Long enough to clear out the wave. That's all he needed to, because both Davemon and Backpack are going to back now, but Backpack will not have that Chaos Storm for a little while. It won't be too terribly big of a deal, but it will give a small window where Davemon could potentially get a gank from CR.
Yeah, right now, though, Presto's been farming up a storm. CR really hasn't been able to get too much CS. He hasn't really been showing up in any of the lanes, and Presto, despite getting a not too successful gank in the mid lane, he's still been able to largely pick up a CS lead, almost half of what CR has. I mean, almost double what CR has.
I was like, yeah, you mean double.
Yeah.
Definitely helps having those boots of mobility early on, and that's going to be dangerous for Overhyped because they're going to see a lot of Hecarim all over the place, and with that ultimate now, Onslaught of Shadows available to him, along with the Ghost, they don't have any sort of really scary lockdown for Presto where Ghost is not going to be viable.
Yeah, definitely. We did just see CR actually looking to go for something in the mid lane, but he backed off immediately when he saw Backpack go in toward that bush behind red buff. So he's really playing cautiously. Really, every single person in this game has been playing cautiously. Little bit of poke. Oh, a nice lockdown onto Jay. That's gonna force him to back off. But Andrewmon taking a lot of subsequent poke because of that. That's a lot of damage. He's gonna throw out the ultimate. Andrewmon so close to dying.
Yeah, he played that as best he could and then got the 90 caliber net with a Piltover to throw out some of his own harass. Gonna have to pot up and just hope that he can stay in the lane a little bit longer, because this is a tank wave and you do not want to miss out on that cannon minion. You miss out on that, and that's pretty much guaranteed advantage to your opponent at that point.
Gotta be careful though. He has the heal available, and we're gonna be seeing the teleport coming out from that Maokai. He's gonna try and get him this fight. Blood Moon Chain has the Shen down onto him. This is gonna be first blood going over to CR. They find the lockdown onto Al right there. This could be a double kill for Overhyped. Cool Blast. He's gonna try and get a kill onto someone, but he's not able to. Andrewmon staying alive, and he picks up a kill. Right now, we do see Presto, he's coming in behind that tower. He gets a quick kill onto Andromon. Can he survive? Can he get a double? He gets the double, and he will not be getting the triple. Topia gonna get a kill onto Worthless. No, he's not. Shen staying alive. Davon came in with the Roman time. But what a turnaround.
Yeah, that was really scary for Worthless for a second, but just in the nick of time, Davon saves him by the skin of his teeth. So that is definitely going to help. Having that 13 CS difference right there in that mid lane, getting that kill will make up that deficit. The 8 CS deficit, not as big of an issue for Andromon, but definitely having that kill and those 2 assists, bringing him a little bit further ahead of his opponent Topia. So,
yeah, so far, every single person on Overhyped is doing well compared to their opponent, except
their counterpart.
Yeah, thank you. Counterpart, that's the word I was looking for. Except CR, he's really just been getting out farmed by Presto. But when you have 2 assists to your name, compared to Presto's 2 kills, that's kind of to be expected right there. He's doing overall well for himself, but I really want to see a little bit more aggressive play coming out from him because he really hasn't been able to provide too big of an impact. And that 1 kill he got in the bottom lane, he just walked up for it.
Yeah, he really did.
Oh man, really aggressive movement by Andromon. He looks as though he's going to be taken very low. Andromon, so close to dying. There's the ace in the hole. Flash coming out from CR. That's the aggressive movement I wanted, and he's going to be able to get the kill. Jay is going to have to auto-attack that spider to death, but it's not going to do too much. There's Worthless in the top lane, trying to get a 1v1 down onto DW. Al right there. Can he get this kill? He's not going to be able to. Al gets the kill onto Worthless. Dragon, though, will be able... Dragon going to be in the sights of Overhyped because they know Hecarim's in the top lane, so they should be able to get that.
And the teleport is down on DW, so there is a potential for this right now, especially with only Jay being nearby. You've got Topia so far away. They don't have vision on it either. So that's going to be first Dragon going over to Overhyped. They're going to take a tower in retaliation for that.
Yeah, but this also sets up the like part of the win condition for Overhyped Cool Blast because Overhyped they're not gonna win team fights. Like we know this for a fact already. We know this like based on paper. If we put these 2 teams on paper, Dark Wave is just overall going to win because their team fight potential is just so much better than OCB. So by taking this first Dragon, this kind of lets them start setting up that win condition where if they have 5 dragons, they actually have a chance at winning. But they just need to make sure they always take control of that area, and they're doing pretty well for themselves so far. Yeah. Gold lead is actually back in Dark Wave's favor, and that's largely because towers still give gold, dragons don't.
Yeah, exactly. Dragons instead give the buffs, which are still very beneficial because that is that 6% damage buff.
Yeah, really gets some movement by Andromon though. Like you see Blood Moon Chain taking such a far back position, but Andromon is so aggressive. It kind of questions like the motives of this lane. Andromon, so much damage with ace in the hole, going down onto Jay, so close. One more auto attack would have meant the kill.
And Blood Moon Chain looking for that death sentence. If he had landed that on Topia, he would have gone in, gotten the flay off, and gotten the kill.
I think if the death sentence hit, he would have just gotten the kill.
No, because he would have hit it on Topia. He was looking for it on Topia.
Oh, that is true. CR in that bottom lane looks as though he was met by the Hecarim. Topia just going to be clearing out the waves as best as he can with the culling.
Yeah, playing it safe, using that culling to quickly clear the wave and keep his distance.
Yeah. Out right there, back in the top lane. Worthless is going to have to deal with that tower being down, but I don't think he has too big of an issue with that, especially with the Sunfire Cape. He'll be able to keep those minions off of his tower. Andromon using the net pretty nicely just to deny the Winter's Bite from Jay, but he has to be careful. They're pushing him so far out, and without any vision on Presto, they could be engaged on at any moment.
So, something that I've noticed is Jinx seems to have fallen out of popularity ever since, like, the Super Mega Death Rocket change, I feel like.
Not really. She still played pretty heavily in competitive. A lot of people were actually.
That's a lie. I'm watching competitive game right here, and they're not playing her on either team.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant in the higher. I meant in the higher.
You mean in the pro leagues?
The pro leagues, yes. Yeah.
You have to keep in mind, like we said, the majority of Dark Wave Gaming is Challenger.
That is true. Challenger 5s.
Challenger 5s.
It really didn't like affect her too much. Like it just changed the way people had to use her ultimate.
It doesn't. Yeah, I didn't say she's not a hyper carry anymore. She's just fallen out of popularity.
I still wouldn't say that. I still wouldn't say she's fallen out of popularity. She still played like a lot.
I don't see her played as much ever since that. I like I said, she seems to be a lot less popular.
Right now, game has slowed down just a bit. We do see though, Al being a bit aggressive. He's in the middle of overhyped jungle, and he may be looking to just... I don't know, he's just warding. Not gonna do too much besides that. Gonna turn it down onto CR. Backpack there to assist his teammate, but that's just gonna be a 3-man straight down onto the Elise. Nothing that he can do about that. So far, this game has been back and forth. These teams playing extremely cautiously, not wanting to give either team an advantage. Presto going in onto Warthus. Warthus is just back off right here. Don't try and fight Presto outright because you never know where the rest of the team is. Jay just gonna walk straight up to Blood Moon Chain, but instead he's gonna set his sights down to Andromon Teleport coming out from Al right now, and this is going to be him coming in. This is still gonna be a fight going all over to Dark Wave Gaming. Tropia not able to do too much. Actually, no, that's a lie. Warthus joining the fight. Did not see him coming out. He got a double kill apparently. Was not paying attention. Daemon with Rome as well. Should be able to try and finish this off. That's going to be the onslaught of shadows. He's going to go in onto that Ari, but he's not going to be able to get the kill. Ace in the hole being channeled. It's going to be caught out by Presto. He's still alive though after all this time. Backpack out of mana. CR not going to be able to hit that cocoon, but the Elise still doing enough damage to force him away.
He popped Cleanse. I forget, does that give movement speed now or something? Because it just seems silly for him to do that. It just reduces disables by 65% for the next 3 seconds. So I don't understand, when he didn't get hit by the cocoon, why he went ahead and popped it.
I think it was more of a reaction thing. He didn't want to lose.
But that was like a really late reaction. Like even he did it way after the cocoon had already gone by.
You know, there's always those moments where like you're so used to playing with one summoner spell, that like you just reactionary. You'll go for that same button, thinking it's that summoner spell. But maybe he's so used to playing with Ghost
or Ghost, yeah.
Yeah, like he's just so used to playing with Ghost. Well, second Dragon will be going over to overhyped Cool Blast, so this is going to be a pretty good spot for them to be in. And this is really going to put the pressure onto Dark Wave Gaming because they really do need to deny that third Dragon. The movement speed that they'll get from that is really going to help them against Presto. Right now, teams have been pretty even so far in terms of the CS. In terms of CS, really, dead, close, well, not dead even, close to even in that top lane, 163 to
No,
155.
King Wally, I understand the movement speed was from his shield, but for a second there I thought it was his cleanse. And then he did use his cleanse at that time because of whatever reason.
I think he just used it in the fight and used that on cooldown.
I didn't see him use it in the fight. Maybe it was, though.
Ooh, backpack though. A lot of damage right there. Colin gonna be used to clear out the wave, so he's just trying to keep this tower alive for as long as possible, which is actually a really like good call from him. He's not gonna have it in the fight, but this allows his team time to react to the movements by overhyped Cool Blast and kind of counteract and defend them. Ooh, Davemon popping the Spear Rush, doesn't get the charm off, so largely going to be unused past that. Another charm goes out, and the damage is there. Davemon gets the kill. Looks as though the Glacial Fissure was just used by Jay in the bottom lane. They were not able to get a lockdown onto anyone. So unfortunately, they're just going to that's just going to force Presto away. Does not want to waste time in a lane that's not going to get him anything. Worthless though, going in onto Al. Fight gonna be won by him, just forcing the Maokai away for the time being, and we have Presto! That's the charm canceling his movement speed, and that is just an unfortunate spot for him to be in. He really couldn't do anything past that. Al gone in by Worthless. That's a lot of damage coming out from CR. Can this at least get the kill? No, he can't. Worthless just taking up the tower and backing away. Davemon will be able to take that tower down, and can backpack. No, he won't. Backpack will just back away for now. A nice death sentence finds its mark onto Jay, and Andromon takes down the tower. Piercing Light going out, but it's not too much. Backpack though needs to be careful. Charm does end up missing. Davemon in a bad spot. Flashing over. He gets the kill. A little bit of spell vamp keeps him alive, and
good stand United.
Yeah, the Stand United, though, was canceled by the Maokai, and the shutdown does go over to Presto. Really nice play by Owl, canceling Stand United by Shen, giving his teammate the kill.
Good attempt by Worthless to try to save Davemon there, though. And he's got Spear Visage and Sunfire Cape, the two things that he needs to just constantly sit in that lane.
Ooh. Andromon, gotta be careful. I think he might just end up. No, I think he'll be fine.
CR threw the cocoon out. Probably should have held on to it just to be safe to deal with Topia. But
Glacial Fissure gonna miss right there, but Topia still gets the kill.
Just a little late on Blood Moon Chain's Dark Passage. If it had been there a second sooner, that could have been a CR that didn't die.
Yeah, maybe. Well, CR. Yeah, no, he definitely would have. He probably would have lived. Right now, Presto farming up a storm in the jungle, 106 to 51. I'm actually surprised CR went for the Runeglaive enchantment. At least does do a bit more damage now. And he's working on Locket of Iron Solari, so it's not like he's not going for the tank build. But I feel as though like he can just go all in for the he can just go all in to the tank path. It might have been a little bit more beneficial. It's working out for him.
What, for who?
Elise.
I mean, you said a little bit more into the tank path. Are you talking about?
I feel like he could have gone Cinderhulk instead of Runeglaive.
Oh, okay. I was like, he's going pretty tanky here, yeah. But yeah, you're right. He went Runeglaive over Cinderhulk.
It's not like I don't disagree with it. I just feel like I don't see too. I see like if you're gonna go Runeglaive, I see a little bit more like of an offensive build.
All I'm gonna say is yet again another team where Abyssal Scepter would be viable.
God damn it, man.
I'm just saying.
right now. Andromon, gotta be careful though. That's Tofia going in. That's a lot of damage. Culling coming out, and Andromon gets taken down 1v2. No idea what he thought he was doing right there. He just got absolutely destroyed. Dragon is live right now, and red team, they're gonna have to give this up, but especially without their AD carry being there, this is not the position for them to be in. Teleport gonna be used by Al, so they have control of the area. They will be able to get the first dragon for themselves. Darkwave Gaming taking advantage of the situation.
And this will be the first dragon going over to Darkwave. The gold difference still staying fairly even throughout the entirety of the game. I mean, for a little while there, Overhyped was ahead, but bringing it back onto an even playing field. Not much of a tower difference or dragon difference. One tower and dragon up for Overhyped over Darkwave.
Now, right now, Al back in that top lane, just going to prevent Warthus from continuing to push. And Presto joining that fight puts Warthus in a pretty bad situation. He's just going to dash over that wall, but they have dashes as well, and not a lot of places for him to run away to. Unfortunately, the rest of his team going to assist him in escaping, though. And now Andromon and Davemon will be able to take that mid lane tower. They're pushing up onto it. There's the Culling coming out from Tofia, clearing out the way. Ooh, Charm almost hitting, but not going to find its mark. So far, both of these teams playing really cautiously. They're only really going in.
I wouldn't say cautiously, but waiting for the other to make a mistake.
They're only really going in all into the fight when they're guaranteed a kill. Really, when we've seen the fights, they've largely been determined by the engaging team. I don't think we've seen a fight in this game where a defending team managed to turn it around, and that's really where that's really where Overhyped might have a problem with, because if Darkwave continues to engage outright, then eventually they're going to win. They're not really playing the pick game, Overhyped, which they kind of excel at right now.
Yeah, but they're not letting that happen.
Who's not, like, Darkwave's not letting that happen?
Yeah,
or
they're not letting them play the pick game.
Yeah, and that's just really unfortunate.
I mean, that's Darkwave's knowledge is saying, hey, that's what they're good at. Let's not let that happen.
Yeah, and you also have to remember, the vision game has really been pretty poor on the side of Overhyped.
I'm surprised more than anything.
Yeah, Warthus. Ooh.
That,
Lockdown coming in. They do find Backpack, and he's going to be locked down underneath the tower. There's the taunt coming out from Warthus, but he's not able to get the kill. Backpack staying alive. Davemon going in. Spirit Rush looking for this kill. He's not going to. He's finally going to be able to get this. Meanwhile, Andromon looks as though he's trying to escape from Presto. But that Hecarim still doing a little bit too much damage. Oh, Stand United lets Andromon turn it around onto his attacker, Tofia. He's just going to dash away from Warthus' taunt. Jay ends up going down. Culling manages to find a stray kill onto Andromon. Tofia, though, will be able to survive. It's going to be 3 kills to 1 in favor of Overhyped.
as soon as we talk about the pick game and Darkwave not letting that happen, we saw it happen.
Yeah, the caster curse, man. It's gonna happen. It always happens.
It does. Every time the casters start talking about one thing or another, it goes in the opposite direction.
Yeah, so looks as though Overhyped will be able to push down that mid lane tower. They will be able to get it. Dragon's not going to be up for another minute and 45 seconds. So we might see some vision getting placed around the area, possibly even taking control of the Scuttle Crab. But I think they're going to try to reset themselves, so they'll be ready for that. Like I said again, third dragon's going to be pretty key for them right here. It's just going to give them a lot of extra it's just going to give them a lot of extra movement that they're really going to need to survive against the team that is Darkwave Gaming.
Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous.
Yeah, right now, CS differentials are actually starting to be a lot more prominent right now. We have Ari 273 compared to the 244 in that against that Victor. And looks as though Topia has managed to pick up about a 40 CS lead over Davemon's 270 to 231 right now. So the gap is actually starting to widen, but the gold lead for both of these teams is actually closer than ever. Only 300 in part in favor of Overhyped.
Well, Heckram was up 3 levels on Elite CR, but Presto now only 2 levels up.
Yeah, so it just shows how close in experience like they actually are, but except not really. Like you think they're 3 levels ahead.
I think they're gonna start playing around the dragon in moment here because it is up in 15, well 10 now.
Yeah, you saw Warthus immediately go over to the top lane, and that's going to force Al's intervention there. Otherwise, that's gonna be a lot of experience and damage onto that tower, going over to Overhyped right there. So it's kind of like a situation where do they want to fight as 5 outright and let the Stand United provide a big impact? And it looks as though Overhyped, they just gave control up over that dragon area. There's the culling gonna go down. Davemon taking a lot of damage from that, and I don't think they're gonna continue going in. Oh, CR though is in a bad position right now. There's the Dark Passage keeping him alive.
Yeah, I don't even think the Dark Passage was what kept him alive. And stopping the ports right now, they're just trying to buy some time so that Warthus, who was like, you know, give up the dragon, let me get some tower pressure going. He's going to put a lot of damage on this inhib turret, but he's not going to get it.
Yeah, not going to be the best position. I think now will be the most optimal time to try and escape with the Stand United. You saw both Presto and Al use their CC, so if he had tried to Stand United right there, he probably would have gotten away.
Apparently, I was the only one to make the Darkwing Duck connection, and every time I saw DW, I kept thinking in my head, when there's trouble, you call DW.
I can't say I understand that reference.
You've never seen Darkwing Duck, then?
I have not.
Yeah, that's enough there. I don't need to hear your sad life anymore.
Well, Darkwave Gaming, they're going to be working on that Baron. It's getting pretty low, and they will be able to secure it for themselves. We have Davemon, though, in the backline with the Spirit Rush, and this is going to be a nice fight coming out from Darkwave Gaming. They're just cleaning house right now. They've managed to pick up 2 kills onto that bottom lane, and now they're just going to back off. Oh my god, we just saw Tofia and Davemon trading kills right there. And CR looks as though he is dead. DW,
yeah, DW is definitely going to stick to him long enough. Another twisted advance. There we go. Warthus tries to come in, though. DW has a lot of damage on him, but I don't think he's going to fall to Warthus either.
Yeah, and with the rest of his team there to back him up, that's just going to allow them to continue pushing, and they will be able to get the inhibitor tower as a result of this. Maybe even the inhibitor.
when you're in trouble, it's gonna be DW. No, I don't think that works. I think you mean when there's trouble, it's gonna be DW. Wet noodle fight. I don't think it was a wet noodle fight, really. I mean, Warthus was clearly putting out damage, but it was just being healed back up by DW every time his passive came up. He has that Trinity Force after all, so that Sheen proc is allowing him to put out a considerably noticeable amount of damage.
Yeah, Warthus
but
doing pretty well for his team. Backpack getting that blue buff for himself. Right now, this has literally been the closest game all night. Topia looking for something in the top lane, but I don't think 1v1ing Warthus is the greatest idea right now. Cullen coming out. Here's the turnaround. No one on his team is there to... I think he thought Elise was going to be coming to follow up. He's going to be punished right now. Presto, Cohen, and Onslaught of Shadows not getting the kill. A nice shield keeps him alive, and Presto may end up dying as a result of this. Davemon getting the kill right there. CR in the back line. He's looking for that Lucian, but the stun goes in the wrong direction. He's going to turn his sights down onto Jay, but a nice laser coming out from Backpack forces him away from that position. Oh my god, Al flashing in, going for CR. He gets the first kill. Stand United.
Wrong person.
This goes in with the Backpack kill. Now Al has the ace in the hole on him. Is this gonna be a kill onto him? Yes, it will. In the shutdown goes to Blood Moon Chain.
I think Worth is meant to put that Stand United on CR, but, you know, the problem was CR and Davemon were too close together. Oh, I'm pretty impressed by Overhype's ability to pull these fights back into their advantage. They have the super minions that we're pushing in, but they managed to get enough kills fast enough to relieve the pressure and then be able to recall and take those minions off their Nexus turrets. They will be able to heal back up. That wasn't really too big of an issue. Gonna be able to push back out, and those kills, allowing them to catch back up in gold. There's not more than about a 1.5k difference. Same amount of towers and dragons. So it really just comes down to the CS difference here, where about double still between the junglers in favor of Darkwave Gaming, and about 70, not even 70, only about 60 in favor of the ADC on Darkwave Gaming. So...
yeah. We do see the last Whisper finished up by Toby. I don't recall actually when that happened. Oh man, Warthus getting caught out by the Hecarim and Maokai again. Looks as though he's going to just dash over that wall. So he will be able to escape fairly easily. And oh, Topia's in a bad spot. He's gonna be caught out by Andromon, but Topia immediately gets that kill. Andromon did not expect a wild Lucian in that position right there. Presto going back in. He wants to kill onto Warthus, forcing that Shen to back off right now. And this is a bad spot for Overhyped right now. They don't have their AD carry once again for the Dragon, so they're going to have to give up this position. And third Dragon going over to a team that's already as mobile as Dark Wave is going to be so good for them. It's going to be so key in essentially winning this game.
yeah, and actually, this is just making Presto that much stronger because he's getting movement speed, which is a thing that he really enjoys having. I wouldn't be surprised to see, if the game goes long enough, Presto switching over to Boots of Swiftness over the mobility for the added damage at all time.
That's actually a possibility. There's really not that many stuns on the side of Overhype. There's really just a lot of the CC on that team. Actually, that's a lie. There's only one slow really.
There's two slows. You've got the slow from Blood Moon Chain with his Flay, actually three. Flay, his box, and then the 90 caliber net.
Yeah, that's true, but I think that it's kind of even. Right now, the box
But Boots of
does
Mobility
go down.
is the least effective one there, because you're talking about stuns and slows. If you go Merc Treads, if you're gonna switch to something, if you're gonna talk about switching, you wouldn't stay with Boots of Mobility.
Well, right now,
Wait, does he really dance faster with the third dragon?
I believe that. I actually believe that. I would believe that. Whoever's actually Googling it right now.
No, I'm not Googling it. I'm asking Razor instead. I'd rather just ask.
Oh, right now. Oh, Jay, that's a lot of damage onto the Braum. Meanwhile, we're going to see Presto in the base. Can he survive against Andromon? Here's CR there to help out his teammate, but the Cocoon a little bit too far away to actually land. Presto providing a bit of annoyance to Overhype.
I'm not sure what Worthus is doing. He's kind of off in the jungle.
I think he thinks that like split pushing might be the best idea, but the amount of pressure he's not really relieving for his team is kind of hurting them.
Yeah, he's not able to relieve pressure if DW comes into the lane. Spirit Visage, Banshee's Veil, Merc Treads, Frozen Heart. There's just so much magic resist to deal with that Sunfire Cape and the small amount of magic damage that Shen innately does, as well as the Frozen Heart to reduce Worthus' attack speed. He doesn't have a Blade of the Ruin King.
So, okay, so right now, both these teams are trying to set up around Dragon, but notice that Overhyped is not placing any vision control whatsoever. They're placing the standard wards by the Scuttle Crab in that river, but they're not really spreading the light. And because of that, they're gonna be caught out right now. Blood Moon Chain instantly destroyed by Al right there, and this is again just going to allow Dark Wave to take this Baron uncontested. They can't fight this anymore. There's no lockdown on the side except for Davemon. And look at that, he's forced away almost immediately. Jay, he has that wall available to keep himself alive. Al going in, and he's still alive after all of this. There's the dragon, actually stolen by the Elise right there. Worth is jumping over that wall with the flash. He's going to dash over the wall. He's alive after all of this time. Here comes Aldo. He's going to try and get this kill, but he can't. The Shadow Dash keeps him alive, and we have only 2 kills actually going over to Darkwave Gaming.
Wow, that was an impressive steal right there by CR. Worth has kind of sat in the base for a while, and yeah, Razor keeps pointing out making really good mention of how CR is just so far behind. No CS, not a lot of participation. I mean, he does have participation, but not a lot of participation gold, I should say.
GW needs to be careful. He's getting locked down by this Overhyped team, but look at that. Andrewon completely out of position. He's in such a bad spot, but the amount of protection he has is insane, and lifesteal he has is insane. He's able to heal off of all of that damage. Jay is gonna be taken down. CR gets the kill right there, dragging up in 1 minute and 30 seconds, and this is where Overhyped is gonna try and turn it around. They have the Baron buff. They have 4 members down on the side of Darkwave Gaming. They can easily start pushing and trying to apply pressure in that mid lane.
This is gonna be at least an inhibitor down. They should be able to get both top and mid inhibitor down off this. They've got 30 seconds on everyone at least, so that should be, because Worthus should be able to take it no problem. Victor cannot stop them here. Yeah, see, Worthus just tanking away at that tower. Gonna back off, minion buffed with Baron, going to be able to help tank it. That's the middle inhibitor down.
I think best call right now would be to move over to either the top lane or the bottom lane. Mainly the top lane.
Definitely the top lane, because again, Worthus could tank it away, but they're just gonna play it safe. Back off. At least they relieve that mid lane pressure. Super minion versus super minion. So that is still a very good call. Playing it safe. They don't want to risk everyone rezzing and just jumping on them with those home guards. So
yeah, they definitely could have taken at least one of the towers.
Yeah, they could have probably taken the tower and exposed it, but again.
Oh, man. Here's the Pictopia destroyed, and now this is the game that I was talking about. They're playing the pick game. They're playing to their strengths. Now we have Al. He teleported into the middle of nowhere. He is getting punished, and he is going to be taken down by CR. Is this happening? Is Overhyped actually going to be winning this? Dragon's up in 5 seconds. I don't think they even want to go for
how are you like
tower.
I just have to say, Desi, you are 3 seconds ahead of me. Literally 3 seconds.
I have no idea, man. Jay caught out by the death sentence. The lockdown from the taunt is there as well. Andromon taking the kill. They're going to take that bottom lane tower, and they're going to move over to the inhibitor tower in the bottom lane as well.
Yeah, I think that one mistake where Darkwave Gaming tried to engage while they had Baron, they are underestimating how much protection they have for Andromon. Andromon just playing so well with those Caitlyn mechanics.
Oh,
constantly
a nice Chaos Storm coming up in
Presto.
backpack, but he's not able to survive through all of this damage. Meanwhile, you had Presto. He went in, but even he can't finish off a kill. That's Lord who's the tower doing the damage right there. Andromon taking the tower. What? What was he doing right there? He ended up dying to the tower, and
that was a misclick with the 90 caliber.
Overhyped lost their only way of clearing the towers down.
Not their only way, but their best way.
Their fastest way.
Yes, their fastest way of clearing those towers. But they'll go ahead and pick up this dragon. Even the dragon's back up. They have definitely pulled themselves back into this, relieved all that pressure in mid, and then added extra pressure in that bottom half.
Lol Razor definitely, okay, we have a pause coming up. That's so anticlimactic. That is so anticlimactic. Well,
I don't understand how you got ahead of me in time. Like, literally, you're 3 seconds ahead of me right now, Desi. Because as you said, dragon is up in 5 seconds, it said 8 seconds on my screen.
What is your time at right now?
45:07.
Yeah, so is mine. Maybe I just said 5 seconds. Maybe I just said 5 seconds, but it was really 8 seconds. I don't go by the.
But you said CR gets the kill, and CR hadn't gotten the kill yet.
I don't know.
Literally, you're ahead of me somehow because CR didn't have the kill, but you knew CR got the kill. I'm like, wait, CR picks up the kill, but his entire team's there. Anybody could get it. But then, sure enough, CR picked up the kill. I'm like, okay, you have to be ahead of me, or you have to be taking wild guesses. Which doesn't sound like.
That's my secret. That's my secret.
I take wild guesses and they actually happen to come true.
I'm clearly the puppet master of this game.
Yeah, apparently Raw Razor says you're ahead because
I don't know what to tell you guys. Mine's at 45:07.
Oh, both your timestamps would be the same during a pause. That's what they said.
I don't know.
Ace Phoenix says that he is most definitely a few seconds ahead. Yeah, because again, the only reason I can definitely say you're ahead is the CR gets the kill moment. Like, I can promise you when you said that, because you said that, and on the stream, everyone in chat can say that didn't happen yet, and you had said that CR picked up the kill on this stream, and I were probably all like, wait, what?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me restart my spectate. I'll do that. That's that's interesting. Let's see. Okay, reconnect.
Pause yours for 3 seconds. Well, he's already reconnecting. So
yeah, I'm reconnecting.
Hopefully, but it might not fix it because I'm the one that's behind. So I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe you should restart yours.
Maybe, but I gotta let you reconnect before I can possibly do that.
Yeah, that is true. All right, I'm back in.
All right, let me try it. The pause still going, I'm guessing.
I'm at 44:58 now.
What?
Yeah.
You know what? Hold on. No, we're not gonna do that. We'll wait and see what happens. Actually, no, we'll do it just to be on the safe side, because if I do it, it should work. Alright, we'll quickly jump back out. Reconnect. Oh, right. It works like if I was leaving a game. It says quit or reconnect. Never mind. I thought I had to wait, because it would take me out. That's how long it's been.
45:04. How does that change? What?
What, did they unpause?
No, I don't. Well, I guess we're just waiting.
Okay, what the heck? Now they're at Dragon.
That's just the camera. They were always at Dragon.
Oh yeah, the camera changed. You're right. That's all. It says 45:07 for me still.
Yeah. So let's take this time to actually talk about like what we've been seeing so far. Basically, Overhyped started playing to their composition.
That's not just that, but
that's a large part of it. That's a large part of it.
I don't know if I'd say that's a large part of it because again, you have to consider this silly mistake. Wait, it says game will resume.
Yeah.
But the game's like messed up and nothing's happening now. Oh, there we go. There we go. It started back up.
Yeah.
Where are you at? What's your time?
I'm at 45:15 now.
Okay, 45, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Like it.
Okay. I'm gonna pause at 45:30. You tell me when you get to that, and I will unpause. Okay?
I'm there.
You're at 45:30 already?
Yeah. I'm at
Okay.
35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Okay, now we're synced. We're synced
Okay.
up now.
All right, cool.
All right. Okay.
Here's where DW gets their consumables, regroup, and prepare for a fight on top and hit. And when like
Consumables.
it's hot, consumables.
Consumables. Okay. Well, you know what? You're actually right about that right there, Lol Razor. We did just see the blue elixir on to the Ari, and I believe I just saw the elixir of rage on Andrew. I lied. That's no elixir
Does
of rage.
anyone else miss the green elixir of attack
Yes.
speed?
Yes. And crit.
Yes, I miss it.
Mm-hmm. Drop it like it's hot. Well,
Does anyone else also miss the fact that you can no longer stack multiple elixirs?
let it happen.
No, I'm not letting it happen. I just noticed we
Let it
have
happen, baby.
Zeke's Harbinger and Banner of Command on the Thresh.
Let's just let this happen. Right now, we do see Overhyped in that top lane. They're looking to push it down. Meanwhile, Warthus, not really with this team again. You know,
Yeah, Sand United, it's all good.
Yeah, stand that. It's all good, man.
That Hecarim looks like he's much larger than he should be.
That's the Elixir of Iron, man.
I know, but he looks much larger than he should be with the Elixir of Iron.
Putting Andrewmon pretty low. Presto going in for the engage, but the lockdown is all there for him. Meanwhile, the lifesteal for Andrewmon is, yes, so much lifesteal that he's able to heal all the way back up. But this fight is just, he just lost the fight.
Yeah, I don't
Only
know.
casualty, as well as Blood Moon Chain. And again, they're trying to go for team fights when their team composition isn't set up for that.
Oh, CR,
oh.
you just walked past
CR.
Presto! He just had to check the brush. The Presto was probably sitting in there like, oh my goodness, please no.
I think he could have gotten away regardless.
No, if they had been doing a tack walk and walked into the brush, that would have been Presto's back canceled.
I mean, you probably could have escaped. He had Ghost.
Oh, yeah, he could have escaped, yes.
Well, Baron is up again, so we might see both these teams looking to go towards that objective. Presto, one combo puts him down to half health. That's really scary.
Yeah, he has no magic resist other than a Spirit Visage, so...
Yeah, right, but you know what? He does have the Sterox in his inventory, so an immediate amount of burst, it could actually end up working in his favor. And, like, that's actually a really, like, weird situation you're gonna put the Hecarim in, where, you know, you don't really want to be bursted down that quickly, but when you do burst him down, he's just gonna become, like, a huge monster for, like, 5 seconds.
Yeah. Inside Twitch, you are the prize for the winners. They are going to give you to the winners.
Well, it's actually 8 seconds, but
This is dangerous. They're Overhyped is going for the Baron. Well, I guess with the fact that bottom inhibitor is being defended by DW, it wasn't the worst thing in the world because Dark Wave Gaming wasn't really responding fast enough. So he had the teleport, but he wasn't gonna get up there in time. So they
There's
get
the Flash
the
Cocoon,
next Baron.
finds it onto Backpack. This might be a kill. Flash coming up from Backpack as well. Does not want to get locked down. Cullen going to be used to try and clear the waves, but Warthus nicely eating all of those shots up.
Now Baron buffed minions just gonna start pushing into the base and
Baron buff Kalen's doing the waves as well. Warthus, he's taking low, but he's done his job. He's tagging up all of those hits. Backpack taken down. Andrewmon doing the damage. Double kill onto this Hecarim. Can he get a triple onto Andrewmon? That's the third shot. He's locked down. Triple kill for Presto right now. It is going to be an ace for Dark Wave Gaming.
that should be game right there. 60 seconds on anyone that can actually defend. That should be a game right there. We've got both Presto and DW alive. They can tank up the Nexus turrets, no problem. And they've got Topia alive.
Yeah, this is just...
I don't know why Andrewmon, did he not have flash up? I thought he had flash up that fight. He should have flashed over the wall and left Presto and DW.
I think, like, he was stunned. He was stunned by the Braum passive. Yeah, so...
That should be game there.
That last fight really showed, like why Overhyped fell so far behind mid game, why they had so much trouble leading up to the moment.
They're actually not gonna take that Nexus tower. That's a
Yeah,
smart call
like-
because Presto and DW are about to die. If they die here, that is definitely game for Overhype.
Yeah, they
Just
don't-
not enough tankiness coming out, and you think that there would be enough tankiness from DW and Presto, but that armor isn't enough.
Yeah, those turret hits actually do stacks and do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, but
Dragon up in 2 seconds, and we might not see the 5th dragon this game, but 4th dragon, I don't think it's not gonna be a huge deal for either of the teams if they get 4th dragon. To be honest, I think
the fight around it is what's gonna be the big deal.
yeah, definitely. Right now, you do see the Ari like completely separated from her team. CR.
Oh, Presto chunked
to stay alive. And right now, you see the entirety of Dark Wave in that pit. This could be a really good fight if they can set it up correctly. We have the teleport coming out from the Shen. He's joining the fight, and here comes Andrew. He's still in the backline, doing as much damage as he can. They need to try and find something onto him, but look at that death rate coming out from the Victor, though. Double kill onto
oh, this is where
Topia.
Andrewmon shines and turns it around.
Going insane. Topia.
That's game.
The whole finds the ace.
That is game right there. There's no doubt they're gonna end this here. They have just the one Nexus turret up.
Yeah, that entire fight, no one touched.
Andrewmon.
Except Victor's laser. Victor's laser was literally the only thing that did damage to Andrewmon, and that was the issue.
And Blood Moon Chain is willing to sacrifice his life if he has to for Andrewmon to take this turret.
There's literally minions right next to him.
No, those are the minions from...
Oh, wait,
I was like, that's Darkwave Gaming's, and Overhyped will take the game here. Oh my goodness, so back and forth, down to the wire.
You're right? Like, this is definitely a game that I had, this is a really nice game. I really enjoyed casting this game as well, and, like, I hope I hope we see both of these teams, like, in the tournament next week, because I kind of want to see how they improve.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous.
Like,
how close that was.
This game, like, showed a lot of flaws in, like, both of the teams, but it also, like, showed them, like, their pros as well. And, like, I hope, like, if we see them next week, like, if I am casting next week, this same tournament, if I see them next week, I want to see, I'd love to see how they improve.
I don't know when the next time I'll be casting is. I did it tonight because I was free tonight. That's the only problem with me is I don't know when casting is going to happen.
Are they doing another one? They're doing another one! Get in this. You know you want to. You know you want to.
They're doing another game?
They're doing like another game.
Why?
It's like a scrim.
A scrim?
You know you want to.
They invited me again. What are we doing?
It's the scrim. We're casting the scrim, yo. Well, actually, wait. Let's see if if Williams is okay with this, because if Williams because like technically like tournament's over.
Yeah. Oh, they're asking if it's a best of 3 or a best of 1.
I thought
it's a best of 3. It looks like so.
No, it's best of 1. It says on the bracket best of 1.
Isn't it? Everyone's. I don't know.
Yeah, round 4 is only it's only best of 1.
We're finding that out now.
He's playing on a car.
Wait, what? If it's not a best of 3, then I'll gladly stop playing on a car in a parking lot.
I asked William right now. I'm trying to find out if it's best of 1 or best of 3. Wait, it's a best of 3? It's a best of. Okay, then let's do this.
Okay, so we got another game at least.
Let's do this. Oh yeah. That game was too intense for like a 3-game series, man. Oh man.
Okay, so I figured out why my freaking scenes got all messed up. It's because OBS didn't close properly, so now I have to fix it all again. Oh my gosh.
Alright. Well, we're into the second game of this best of 3. That is insane. We're getting to this third game now. Rengar, Evelyn. Back to the Lissandra Ben. I'm really like intrigued, like who's that going towards? I'm gonna go look at it was Davemon, I think. Davemon that played the mid lane. Apparently he's played a bit of Lissandra actually. Not like his most played in ranked, but
Oh my goodness, my mouse is going to drive me insane.
I guess it's scary enough that to ban it away. What? Oh, did the stream crash?
No, my mouse is driving me insane.
Oh, okay. Alright, guys. So, I was not prepared for this. I needed more tea. So, it seems as though Darkwave did not ban a second champion. So, I think they're trying to send a message. We can beat you without a second ban. That's what I'm getting out of this. Darkwave, after losing the first game, they're saying we can beat you without a ban. So, let's see how it works out for them. Blood Moon Chain might pick up the Thresh again. That was some pretty nice Thresh plays coming out from him last time. So, seeing him on that champion would not be that big of a surprise.
Oh my gosh. Technical difficulties indeed.
Oh, is the stream like lagging?
No.
What's happening?
It's just my because my scenes got screwed up.
What?
Just the summoners are kind of showing for Darkwave, and I'm trying to fix it quickly.
Oh, like if worst case, just like put like a text box that like just covers it. Well, that's just like worst case. Right now, Jay though.
Good enough. Summoners are now covered.
Yeah, like Jay though, locking in the Soraka for them. That's gonna be interesting. And you know what? After that game, I'm getting sweaty in my room because I don't have an AC for you guys. Just for you guys, I had to shut my AC off. And now I'm sweating. Team Darkwave is now hosting us. This is gonna be insane. I love it. I love it. I love that video, man. Right now, CR though locking in the Lee Sin. So we might see a bit more of an aggressive play, a bit more of an aggressive jungle play coming out from him. He was pretty passive that entire first game, that entire early game, last game on the Elise. So with the Lee Sin, I'm hoping to see a little bit more of aggressive play coming out from him.
I'm excited to see him on Lee Sin once more because I was kind of curious as to why he was even playing Elise that time. I'd much rather see him on the Lee Sin because it was a much more dominating than the Elise was.
And right now, a couple of hovers coming out. We might see Al back again onto the Maokai for the third time in a row. No, like not a lot of qualms about it. He's been pretty consistent on that champion, so we might just see. If we see that getting locked in, I'd be pretty confident that he could do well in any matchup. Right now, though, Topia is the kind of wild, like that wild card right now. I don't know.
Wild child.
Wild card.
Wild child.
Yes, exactly. Locking in the Nocturne. This is gonna be amazing because Nocturne was slightly buffed in about 2 patches ago.
About 2 patches ago, just listen to yourself.
Oh my god. I don't know, like, it was about 2 patches ago. He was buffed a little bit 2 patches ago. They increased the range of his ultimate at all levels. Like, not enough to, like, make him insane, but enough to the point where he didn't have to completely walk into the lane to actually ult someone at level 1.
Walk into the lane like, what up, I got a big clock.
You know, that can get you suspended in Texas.
Because you said clock?
Oh, you don't know that reference?
No,
Like, you don't
I
know. Oh. Wait, you don't know about that?
No.
Some kid got suspended because he brought in a homemade clock to show it to his engineering teacher.
What?
Yeah.
He got suspended for bringing in a homemade clock.
He made a homemade clock, a homemade digital clock, and he showed it to his engineering teacher. He brought it to school, and he got suspended because, like, teachers thought it was a bomb.
Wow. Did I kill the bug? I don't think I killed the bug. Dang. Where's Master Yi when you need him?
Yeah, Luna. Like, I'm surprised you guys haven't heard about this.
You love seeing this bot lane matchup? Oh, I'm excited to see Azir because I actually haven't seen Azir gameplay since they changed it so that only the first Sand Soldier does damage.
So. Yeah. I was waiting for you to actually, like, provide some of your input.
Well, some of my input will be the fact that they've got an Ashe Soraka, which is going to be very hard for a Thresh and a Tristana in that bot lane. Not to mention the fact that Tristana no longer has that Grievous wound. She hasn't had it for a while, so it's even more of a pain. Gonna have to run a Ignite to really bully them about. And on top of that, Nocturne's increased range on his ultimate. I'm excited to see that. That's another champion I haven't seen since the buff to him. In the mid lane, Azir versus Orianna. I want to say that Orianna's going to have a much better chance now because of the changes to Azir, as well as the jungle pressure, unless the Dark Shroud from Presto is used against CR when he tries to use the Sonic Wave into the Resonating Strike. I'm going to say that... Or is it Resonating Strike into Sonic Wave? No, it's Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike. But,
I feel as though this is actually a pretty interesting team comp overall from Blue Team because, like, a lot of them set, like really, the Lee Sin, the Gnar, the Tristana, and the Azir, they kind of, like, all complement each other's ultimates. Like, they're such a, like, their entire team is based around displacement.
I'll displace your face.
I mean, am I wrong?
Yes, you're wrong. I won't displace your face. I'll displace your base.
Well, I'm just saying, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how that matches up against Red Team. Because
you think I'm pretty? I think you're pretty too.
They have
ugly.
They have 2 clear ends with the Orianna Shockwave, the Maokai and the Nocturne. So, like, their engage is pretty.
Yeah, but where's the Shen instead of the Maokai? You know, that Wombo combo. Nocturne uses the ultimate, and then, boom, Shen's there with him on top of somebody, because Stan United.
I guess Al is just more comfortable on the Maokai.
I mean, Maokai is definitely a strong one. It's just, I don't know, there's not a huge... I want to say there's not a huge AoE factor coming out to deal with. Yeah, there's also the Ashe engage, you gotta remember.
Yeah.
That Ashe enchanted crystal arrow. GG words.
Yeah. Lunith, I
That'll-
swear to God, you better be taking notes.
Why did I not do this the entire time? So I apologize. You will get like a minute of viewing the summoner spells because I just now noticed that the timer delay.
I mean, like, it's okay if they view summoner spells because we're in like 3 minutes.
No,
later.
I know. I'm saying I just now switched so they could view it.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that we were into the countdown for 3 minutes to get into the game. That was my bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on you.
Lost my clone GG. He's mad right now. He wants Philly to get into that filthy to get in that call, man. Come on. Filthy, come on, man. What are you doing? Get in the call.
What are you doing with your life? Clearly not getting in a call.
Yeah, man. So we're into the loading screen. We'll be getting in shortly enough. Please remember to
Like, subscribe, favorite.
yeah,
Give us a thumbs
subscribe,
up.
favorite. Yeah, give us
Retweet
a
us.
thumbs up. Retweet. I don't think any of us tweeted about this, to be
I
honest.
did.
You tweeted about this?
Yes,
Did you tag me?
No, I didn't tag anybody.
See what? What kind? Why?
Because I don't know how to tweet effectively.
It's so sad.
You're sad. You're sad I didn't tag you.
Yeah, I am actually.
Sell out boys. I don't like calls. There are rapists in them. Well then. That got a bit extreme really quickly there.
Alright then. So we should be getting into game shortly enough.
Shortly enough is not short enough. I like that Marauder Ash skin.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Aren't they coming out with new Marauder skins?
They're coming out. Yeah, they're coming out with new Marauder skins and new like the opposite of Marauder. The
Warden?
yeah. Warden Karma though. Warden Karma.
I love how you were like Warden Karma though.
Yeah.
You said though twice. Alright, well, I'll let you handle the jungle scenario while I grab a drink real quick so that I can be refreshed while I cast this next game.
Dude, this is why you have to have a bottle of water with you at all times.
Well then, give me one.
Throw through my mic. Well, right now, looks as though both of the teams have set up a line of scrimmage across the river. Neither of them want to cross that line. And it looks as though they've actually heeded my advice from last game as actually using your trinkets early on. It looks as though Jay seems to have disconnected once again. He did mention that he was playing on mobile internet in a parking lot.
Oh goodness, are you ahead of me in time again?
No.
Are you sure? Because you said he disconnected before he disconnected on my screen.
I'm at 105 right now.
But remember, pause time will be the same no matter what.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I guess we just like wait it out.
That's okay. I'll just tell you to pause it if you get ahead. If you are ahead.
Yeah. Wow. Carbonated drinks while casting? That's bad for your throat, man.
You're bad for my throat.
Yes?
You're like, how do I take this?
But yeah, like he did say he was playing in a parking lot on a car on mobile data, so I think it's expected. Well, I'm actually surprised that his computer hasn't run out of battery. I think that's what's amazing me.
But yes, carbonated drink because I haven't been staying up as late as I'm going to probably be doing, assuming that Darkwave Gaming wins this game. I usually go to bed by 12 o'clock because of classes. And water's not going to keep me up.
Get some hot tea, man.
I don't drink hot tea.
Well, see, that's an issue. Hot tea is beautiful for casting because it relaxes your throat and 2, it's just delicious.
I'll relax your throat.
No.
Oh, yes.
I don't consent.
You don't have to. It's okay.
That is slightly disturbing.
Just let it happen. Just let it happen. It's coming down the throat.
So,
baby.
if Jay actually, like, hears this, like, how long is your battery left? Because I'm amazed you haven't, like, run out of battery yet.
Clearly, he's got his car hooked up to another car.
Like, he has a car charger for his laptop. Oh, right now.
Hot tea is amazing. I'm sorry, I can't stand tea.
No, yeah, that's just an issue, man.
Your face.
That was the greatest comeback ever.
It was.
Well, Lol Razor clearly showing his faith for Darkwave Gaming. Let's see if they can win this game and take it to Game 3.
Is he showing it or is he giving it over?
I don't know, man. Presto just going to be smiting that Gromp. That's still going to be going over to Topia and JJ. But...
Wait, what Gromp? Oh, never mind. I see what happened.
Yeah.
I see what happened here. Every time I do that.
Both of the top laners actually opted for the jungle follow, so they're both going to be reaching that lane at level 2. I'm actually surprised that the Gnar went for the jungle follow because this isn't really a bad matchup for him. It's not really like, it's not a bad matchup for him, so I'm surprised he opted for the jungle follow. They'll both be into that top lane at level 2. Maokai does have, actually no, they'll be both there with the same amount of health pots. Maokai actually spending a little bit more for the 2 extra health mana potions.
So it does seem that people have gotten back into the groove of taking those jungle camps again, because yes, even though they spawn a bit later, the experience is worth it and you're not going to miss out on too many minions in lane, so the gold will make up for the fact that you miss out on some gold and experience.
I guess that is going true. Worth is going to be hitting that Mega Gnar form, so...
Typing is too loud. I'm not even typing. I'm just pressing single keys. That's the worst part.
Worth is not going to force away Al. Backpack pretty low. Jay getting caught up by the death sentence, flaying him away. That's a nice rocket jump coming out from Andrew, but the exhaust down onto him, preventing too much damage. Topia trying to turn this around. He will be popping that Hunter's
Heal.
Focus. What?
Hey, Topia also burned heal.
Yes, but I was talking about the Hunter's Focus. Ranger's Focus.
Yes.
Yeah. Al right there trading blows with Worthless in the top lane, but Topia is in a pretty nice spot. JJ got to be a little bit careful, but he's in a nice position as well. CR coming in with the gank, just gonna take a tower hit for his troubles.
Nothing really noticeable though. That shield soaking up the majority of the damage.
Yeah, definitely. So far, this game has been pretty similar to the first game, except this time Worthless in a pretty dangerous spot. He's gonna hit Mega Gnar fairly soon, but Al is taking advantage of the Gnar's weaknesses in the early parts of the game. Doesn't really have too much damage. The 3-hit combo is not gonna be doing too much either. He's gonna have to be a little bit safer in the Mega Gnar form, but once that's down, Al will have a pretty nice advantage. That Mega Gnar is not too big of a threat right now to the Maokai.
It's not a threat at all. It won't be up for another, what, 10 seconds?
Yeah. Al just pushing that wave out, applying pressure.
Stop falling asleep.
Davemon, I'm not falling asleep.
Then
Davemon,
start getting hyped again.
literally nothing's happening. Davemon forcing away Backpack. It looks as though the nerfs to the Azir have not affected his poking potential. Backpack forced away for the time being. And presto, oh, we might see a fight coming out. There's the rocket jump from Andromon. The focus is JJ. The damage is there. No flash available. First blood for Andromon.
That was a preemptive flash, but they didn't even try for Topia, so Topia burning flash probably didn't need to. Jay going down because flash exhaust both down. No way to survive that. Heal was down, as I mentioned from earlier. So, just really well played. CR coming down, getting the assist for that. And that's what I like to see, is how much more aggressive CR is on this Lee Sin than he was on that Elise. Just the difference already.
Yeah, it's really showing right there. He is falling a little bit behind in the CS game, but with the assist that he picked up, it shouldn't matter too much in the gold game. Right now, we do see Presto just making his way over to the other side of his jungle. We're going to continue clearing up as best as he can. And do you think we're going to be seeing the Devourers onto this Nocturne, or he'll go for the Brutalizer, or maybe even the Cinderhulk?
I'm going to guess that we're going to see either Cinderhulk or Warriors, because the Devourers did just recently get a nerf to it.
Oh, that is true. That is true. So that is a large possibility. Teams haven't really decided where their stance is at right now with that item, so it is possible that they haven't really decided to go for that. And Warriors did actually just
Receive a buff.
Well, it was kind of a reversion.
Yeah.
But it did end up being a buff. So yeah, so it would be a pretty good choice for Presto right now. He's just gonna secure that blue buff.
One Moon Chain, catching him out low.
Yeah, Spell Shield going down onto him, flashing away. He's still able to survive, flashing away for himself. Not sure exactly what the first flash from Blood Moon was for, but it did end up getting a flash out of Presto, so
he was hoping to be able to get the kill with those last couple of autos, but it wasn't enough. Just barely. If he had had just a little bit stronger of a flame, maybe one more level in it, he probably would have had that kill.
Oh man, there's the Gnar swipe coming out from Worthus in the top lane, applying the pressure onto Al. And I really do like the liberal use of the Gnar ultimates out of a lot of Gnars I see, because there's really not a lot of situations where you're going to need it. So just using it as like a quick fight tool, like a poking, not a poking tool, but like a skirmish tool, it really does put pressure into your favor. A nice Dragon Kick, effectively zoning away Topia from her support, and this is a really nice position for CR and Blood Moon Chain to be in. Davemon, though, is the one to secure the kill. Teleport was just completed by Worthus, so it looks as though they're going to be able to take this dragon.
And Warriors was picked up on Presto there, so
yeah. Overhyped, cool blast. Really trying to take advantage of every little thing in this game so far. It looks as though they don't want as close of a game as game one.
I think that would have been pretty clear by CR's idea of taking Lee Sin over Elise. But at the same time, I feel like he might have been testing the waters with Elise after those changes.
There's the Nightmare coming out from Presto. The Shockwave not going to find its mark because of the Shurima slide.
Yeah, that was a really quick reaction right there. As soon as he saw that going onto him.
Death Sentence onto JJ, but it looks as though it's going to be turned around onto Blood Moon instead. He goes down.
Yeah, beautiful Enchanted Crystal Arrow by Topia. Just getting the assist there.
Just going to force the flash out of Al right there. Didn't have swipe available, but don't think it would have mattered anyways.
No, he used it in that fight, didn't he? Oh, no, it was just coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
Just coming up. Yeah, now it's up, but yeah, and like you said, just being very aggressive with that ultimate Gnar during the laning phase is such a great idea, as you said, because you're not going to be using it in a team fight anytime soon to its full advantage. It's going to be mainly around those dragon fights. And outside of those dragon fights right now, you're probably not going to teleport into any scenarios where you're going to get that Gnar into the wall. And CS up in that top lane, about a 10 CS lead for DW.
Yeah. So I actually never asked, but what time are you at right now?
11 minutes, 11:01, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, now we're synced up. I was like
Yeah.
1 second. I was like 1 second ahead of you.
Yeah, I could tell you were about a second ahead. Because some of the things you were saying were
13,
slightly
14,
ahead. Yep, 15, 16. Yeah,
17.
we're good.
All right. So now that we're all synced up, shouldn't have too many issues. Sorry about that, guys. We have actually forgot to do it during the pause time.
Well, you can't do it during the pause.
I meant like after the pause.
Yeah.
Looks like Worth is gonna be caught out by Presto right now. The fight does kind of go even right there, but with the assistance of Maokai, they're gonna be forced away for the time being. Right now, they will though be able to get that tower in the mid lane, so that's a bit of gold into their pockets. And the roam actually going over to the top side. This is actually a really good position for the overhyped team. This is essentially going to be them trying to force down this tower as well. And with that, they'll have taken all of the outer towers, and this kind of opens up the rest of the map for them.
Yeah, and this is the early game aggression that we saw overhyped use against Bad Kids Are Us. So this is definitely more what we expected of them in that last game.
Yeah, oh my god, what is DW doing? Oh, and Trendy Crystal Arrow doesn't hit anyone, and that would have been really good if it hit, but there was no initial follow-up after that, so I think it would have been pretty lackluster. Nightmare going in, Paranoia. Looks as though Andromon is just going to flash away. There's the Emperor's Divide, forcing away the rest of the Dark Wave team. They do manage to pick up a kill onto Andromon, so I think they'll be happy with that.
Yeah, he just got a little too close after getting so low, and Backpack was still in range. Threw the command attack into the Dissonance, picking up Andromon. So, a little bit of a mistake right there by Andromon, but don't think that's going to result in the tower based off it. Meanwhile, down in that bot lane, Worthus is going ahead and just getting his CS up, free pushing.
Yeah. Topia, though, is there. I think this is a pretty bad spot for him to be in. Can't exactly survive against Gnar.
Well, right now, all Worthus has is that Phage. He's not going to be able to kill Topia, I don't think, so he's just going to force him back at best.
Possibly.
And Topia is aware that if he gets too far away from that tower, it is a potential for killing him because of the Phage, but...
Yeah. Well, with Presto near him, now he might be a little bit more confident in pushing out. Worthus did just go back anyway, so there's not really too big of a threat for him right now. Right now, if we actually look at the vision game, the entirety of the top
jungle...
the top side of a Darkwave jungle is completely lighted up. Right now, a nice shocker hits two members, and Al there in the middle of the Ventral Maelstrom. He doesn't exactly get a kill onto anyone, so he was kind of left by his team to die. The rest of Overhyped will be able to take that tower down, and the sights have been set on onto Backpack.
Oh!
Worth. It's a nice flash swipe. Swiping his team, look at that, swiping Orianna into his team allows him to get that kill. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that was such a great play by Worthus there, but that Dustbringer,
Presto.
or not Dustbringer, but that
Dustbringer.
is it Dustbringer?
I think it is.
I remember Nocturne is the Dustbringer, so I'm like,
It is Dustbringer.
okay.
Yeah.
Worthus gets hit by the Chilling Smite.
Paranoia again down onto him. It doesn't look as though he's gonna be able to get away. Paranoia. I mean, Presto gets the kill.
He's got that Black Cleaver built, so he's gonna have some good armor penetration for when that armor does get built up. And you do see that Al is working towards what I can guess is a Frozen Heart. Actually, he might be going for the Iceborne Gauntlet this time around. He does have that Amp Tome.
Dragon getting started up. It's getting pretty low Can Blood Moon Chain go in? It's going to be smited down by Presto, and this is not the greatest fight. There's really no follow-up. I don't know why Blood Moon Chain decided to go in, especially with CR not being anywhere near that.
Yeah, that was a bit hasty.
Yeah, Andrew Moon.
Yeah, Andrew Mon
Yeah.
did not finish that off.
Yeah, not too sure what he was being generous. Hey, you know, you gave me this red buff, I'll give you 6 gold.
He really wanted that CS down at the bottom lane pushing on his tower is why.
Wouldn't you 6 CS or 23? I mean, 6 gold or 23 gold?
Yeah, exactly.
He was being a generous laner and selfish at the same time.
So, Presto is still 3 levels up on CR. I don't know. CR is still having this rough time where he falls down in experience because he doesn't take the solo. Presto really focuses on getting that solo lane experience and the gold, and then he picks up kills on top of that. So he's got an entire Yumu's Ghost Blade up on CR, who opted to go for the Sightstone.
Okay, so I can look into the mind of CR right now, because whenever I decide to jungle, the same thing actually happens to me. So like, what actually happens with CR is that I'll get back to that, because right now Worthless does manage to try to fight with Presto. That's the Sonic Wave. Can they get the kill? They can, because the Wish keeps Presto alive just a bit longer, but not enough for the Dragon Rage to get the kill.
Yeah, that was very well played, following up.
Going back in, looking to just clear out those Krugs. It doesn't look as though there's going to be any additional aggression going down. It looks as though Al doesn't want those Krugs to go over.
You can't stop it, though.
Yeah, you really can't stop the smite. Right now, Dave Mon just poking out JJ as best as he can. Shriba Tower going down as well, so it gives them something to back off to now.
Yeah, you always talk, not necessarily always talk about, but you always hear the talk about people having somewhere to back off to, and that's one of the nice things about Azir. He provides those turrets even when you're on the enemy's side.
Andrew Mon, though, locked down by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. He does have enough time to rocket jump away all the way to safety, so disengage coming out from Overhype. Looks as though the paranoia was just possible, but he couldn't find a target to dash to.
Yeah, no one in vision range, so bit of a waste there. Not something that he was happy to see happen. CR takes his, what is that, raptor? Yeah, the raptor back.
The chickens.
Chicken. Chicken in the morning, chicken in the evening, chicken at supper time.
I wish I could do that.
Can't eat chicken all day.
No, my family, like, I'm like one of like 5 meat eaters in my immediate family.
Oh, that preemptive flash!
Yeah,
Such a great
really
play
nice
by
call,
Topia.
and CR might just die for it now.
There's no might about
Topia
that.
Gets that kill right there. Meanwhile, we have Azir getting so low. JJ will be able to survive against this. Looks as though he won. The explosive shot doing just enough damage, but not before Andromon ends up dying to Presto. Man, this game is getting insane right now.
I think there might be a little bit of greed coming out from
Both of these teams really.
overhyped. Well, mostly overhyped right there. They gave up 2 kills because they were like, oh, I really want to get this kill on this person.
Yeah.
So you saw CR dive a little too deep onto Topia for that. And then you saw Andromon, who still picked up the kill, but went in really aggressively, got exhausted, and it allowed them to pick up the kill on Andromon, even though he got the kill. And it was a kill on the support for a kill on the ADC.
So, you know, back to what I was actually, like, saying, like, way back when about CR's, like, actual playstyle. It seems as though he, like, his playstyle makes it seem as though he actually thrived during the tank meta, because he's such a better support jungler than actual aggressive jungler, and it actually just showing, like, in his playstyle as well, because he tries so hard to make plays in the early game, and on aggressive junglers, it's good to do that, but if they don't pan out, then you fall so far behind. Whereas if you try to do it on a tank jungler, if it doesn't pan out, you're actually still going to be relevant later on. Meanwhile, it looks as though Al does just get taken down by Worthless underneath the tower. The swipe did end up logging him down. Oh, a shockwave! Keeping the, putting the arrow in direct range of the Tristana. Presto gets the kill right there.
Yeah, Worthless missing the wallop, it looked like. But only Andrewmon goes down. It looks like everyone's going to get out safely. CR, a little bit risky there, walking around that way instead of going back around, following up with Blood Moon Chain, but does manage to get out fine.
Yeah, Dragon is up, and no one on Dark Wave is really there to stop this from happening. They have the Azir there as well, so they could possibly try and take this. The rest of Dark Wave, though, they're converging on this spot, and Worthless in the top lane. They've essentially given this up already. They don't even need to try and contest it because it's essentially going to be going over to Dark Wave unless CR can try and go for the steal.
Oh, there CR went in, but he didn't manage it.
Yeah, the Dark Passage was there to keep himself alive, so it was decent enough.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. If he had gotten the Sonic Wave onto the Dragon, that would have certainly been his. I mean, you saw how close, a sliver of HP left on that Dragon.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, we do see Davemon. I said Davemon. Davemon. Yeah, Davemon working on the Rabadon's death cap and looks to be a Phantom Dancer for Andrewmon right there for himself. Little bit behind Topia. He should be fine when it comes to the later parts of the game. Damage output's still going to be pretty insane. It's just going to be delayed by a bit. Presto looking to go in onto Worthless right there in the top lane, but instead he's just going to be content with farming up those Krugs.
Yeah, Al actually went for the Iceborne Gauntlet over Frozen Heart this time, which is probably a pretty good call, aside from the fact that both Davemon and Andrewmon are going to be attacking rather quickly.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll see a Frozen Heart come out from Presto to compensate for that.
Yeah. Oh man, CR going in, flashes over, knocks away Topia, but no lockdown on him. A nice shockwave kind of just sets the fight into their favor. Blood Moon Chain not able to, actually he does it, he's able to survive. The ball almost looked as though it was going to hit him. DWL going to back away, but man, see, it just goes back to those moments where he tries so hard to set his team up for something, but it just never pans out and he falls behind as a result of that. Right now, we have a bit of a duel going down. Worthless does manage to go 1v1 against Presto, but it looks as though he tried to go for Jay. The bait by JJ gave Topia the kill. Right now, Al just going to be clearing out that mid lane as best as he can. The rest of Overhyped is there to try and stop him. There's the play. It doesn't look as though Al is going to be able to get away. Death sentence, assuredly meaning his death. But that's still a lot of damage coming up from the Ventral Maelstrom. They're going to have to be careful. Right now, 4 members really, of the Overhyped team in that mid lane. They are pretty low. Blood Moon Chain needs to be a bit careful at half health. Teleport coming in from Worthless. Looks as though he wants to set something up. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow straight down onto Davemon, but there's the immediate cleanse coming out from him.
Yeah, good. That's why he has the cleanse, because the CC that they bring to the table, the spear, the mini stun from the shockwave, the stun from the 3.5 second maximum duration stun from the enchanted crystal arrow, which can be so scary.
Yeah, but at one point you got to start asking like, are they ever going to start spreading apart instead of grouping together and giving such easy targets for Topia to actually hit?
That's true.
Because nearly every single time in the past few crystal arrows that Topia has shot out, it's hit a key target. That fight in the bottom lane, he hit the Tristana. Fight right there, he hit the Azir. At one point, you gotta have your backline actually be the backline and not give Topia such an easy way to win a team fight. Detson's not going to hit right there, but it's still going to be his death. Presto going in with the paranoia. Andromon in a bad spot right there. He's going to be able to rocket jump away. Presto going down. A double kill for Andromon.
Barely surviving the Dustbringer. While barely killing him before it goes off. You saw the small animation of it trying to go off, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, and right now, Overhype still in the lead.
Still pushing their advantage as best as they can. They made some mistakes, and they're going for the Baron already.
Yeah, this is a really scary call by them right now. Topia is up, and China Crystal Arrow is there as well, and it's coming down to that position. Let's see what it does end up hitting. Nothing, really. But meanwhile, looks as though Backpack was able to get a kill onto Blood Moon Chain.
Yeah, but Blood Moon Chain losing Baron buff while the rest of his team holds on to it, that is definitely worth it for him.
Oh, definitely.
And 4k gold lead, actually, even though the kill difference is only 2, because of that objective control. Up 2 towers, has that Baron buff, gave 300 gold to every member.
Yeah, and now Overhype, they're definitely going to be going towards that dragon. They're going to have the extra stats from the Baron to kind of facilitate their team fighting pressure. And when you couple that with the fact that it's going to be a full 5v5 fight this time, I'm pretty confident for Overhyped. They can actually win the fight when it does break out. If the fight even ends up going down, it looks as though Darkwave Gaming, they've essentially given up their position around that river and they've given up on this dragon. We do see Nocturne there on the sidelines, perhaps looking to go in, but channeling the recall kind of means that he's just going to go back.
I mean, if he hadn't, he would have been all alone, and that could have been a very, very dangerous situation for him. Especially if he had waited any longer, there's a high chance that Worthus would have been able to stop his recall.
Yeah. Right now, there's a Rabadon's Death Cap finished up by Devamon, and he's working on another needlessly large rod item. Perhaps Luditz, maybe? Presto! In that bush, none the wiser. CR is none the wiser.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, CR going in. They just have to walk into the bush. They see him now, and Presto goes in. Worthless, though. Not really the target that they want to lock down. Blood Moon Chain so close to dying, but not dying just yet. He will be going back.
Yeah, but they got
3
ultimates out of that. Shockwave, Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and Wish are all down.
I don't think that they're going to continue trying to push this out, especially in a 4v5 situation. It's going to be scary. The numbers game could end up working against them. Worthus pretty low as well, so this is a really bad position for them to actually be in. Without a front line, there's really no one to soak up any of that damage, and the main targets are going to be Andromon and Davamon. There it is, Andromon going in. Presto gets the kill right there. Really
I think
easy
you mean
kill.
Presto going in, because Andromon did not go in on that.
I did say Presto going in.
You said Andromon going in.
No, I said Andromon trying to escape.
No, you said Andromon going in.
Whatever.
You're tired. I get it.
Well, I mean, the wave clear is nothing to scoff at for Overhype. They can extend this game for as long as they need to. They'll have the Tristana, they have the Azir, they have the Gnar to an extent when he's in Mega Gnar form.
I think the Tristana and Azir are the better ones there.
Yeah, like worst case, Worst case, if the Tristana and Azir don't clear out the initial wave, one Narq will finish it off. Right now, Worthus back into that top lane. Looks as though DW, Al, and him are just trading blows once again. The only difference is that's a level 17 Gnar versus a level 13 Maokai. That is not something you really want to fight against as the Maokai. Working on what looks to be a
GR actually caught up and surpassed Presto in levels for a short while there. They're both 14 now, though.
yeah.
So, actually did a great job of catching back up. Levels.
A large part of that is due to the fact that he's actually been a little bit more active in the fights. He's been soaking up a lot of lane XP as well.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, he's really been getting a lot more consistent XP than in the early game where he's like, again, and it goes back to what I was saying before about his playstyle. He's the kind of player that will thrive in the tank meta where even if he falls behind, he can still be relevant in the mid to late game. In the early game, when like you're playing aggressive, when you're trying to play people that are just so aggressive, like the Lee Sin, like the Rengar, I feel like he's the type of person that would fall behind just because he tries so hard to make something work that he just completely forgets about farming. A nice death sentence on Utopia and a beautiful play as well. The box locking them all down, and Presto is in the middle of it as well. Shockwave doesn't do too much, but they do manage to find a kill onto Blood Moon Chain. This is still going to be Darkwave Gaming pushing back, overhyped right now. Al is in the middle of the backline. Andromon forced to jump away. Here comes Jay. He's the ambulance right now, keeping his team alive. And Warthus coming in from the sidelines. Davemon and CR, they're just backing away. That's another flash coming up from Davemon, and that's largely a fight going 1-for-1. No clear winner, but this does give position over to Darkwave Gaming.
Darkwave definitely seeming to be the ones that came out on top as they keep pressing their advantage there. But that bottom wave pushing in and starting to threaten that inner tower. They're going to send Topia down there. Should get there before it gets all the way to the tower. Actually, Al also trying to fight for it. Wants some of the gold along with Topia. Topia keeping pretty even on CS, but still down 3 kills. The support's tied up with assists.
Yeah, Death Sentence finding that Soraka, but it's not going to do too much. Right now, Dragon being up in 42 seconds. We might see another fight going down around that area. Dragons are 2 for 2 right now. Skull Crab going over to the blue team.
Yep, overhyped does get that scuttle. Should have it up in during the dragon dance. Worthus has TP
Baron
up,
up in
so.
10 seconds right now as well, yeah. Baron up in 10 seconds now as well. What's up?
I was going to say, I'm not sure why Worthus would back. He had TP up. He could have kept pressure on that top lane, gotten some more gold for himself, gotten possibly level 18 off of that.
The thing is, a large part of what happened last game with Worthus in the top lane is that when he joined the fight a little bit too late. And it's been kind of consistent in this game too, where he joins the fight a little bit too late and his team doesn't do as well. They didn't win as decisively. So by joining the fight a lot earlier, it kind of he doesn't have to play around the Gnar bar anymore. And 2, it'll just help his team overall. Really, Worthus looking for a slow onto someone. He does manage to find it onto this Maokai, so he's gonna be the target for his focus. And Al, he's determined to die. CR gets that kill right there, but it does keep his Ashe alive, and Enchanted Crystal Arrow for the slow, securing her life. Presto though will be able to push down that mid lane, providing a bit of pressure towards that point, but
That inhibitor, yeah.
Yeah, being so low is not really helping his argument right now. JJ getting taken down by Worthus right there. They do find the boomerang toss onto Backpack. Can he escape? No, another boomerang toss finds its mark, and Backpack taken down. Double kill for Worthus right there.
Yeah, and overhyped still just dominating the map overall. They're starting to creep ahead in gold, 7k up on Dark Wave Gaming. They've taken the first inhib turret of the game, and then they're looking to push this inhibitor too. Worthless about to go mega here.
Yeah, he does indeed go mega right now, and Presto, he's so scary to actually deal with. You can see Tristana being so hesitant. You like really just can't leave the back line, the safety of the back line. Blood Moon Chain has to do a really like amazing job at defending Andrewmon. Otherwise, he's just gonna get absolutely destroyed when Presto decides to go in.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a Mikhail's Crucible simply to try to negate some of that damage that Presto can really put out.
Yeah, as well as the fear. The quicker you get rid of the fear, the more damage output Andrewmon can actually do, and
the more damage he can avoid.
Yeah, and it really, these fights haven't been determined by who. Oh, looks as though DWL ended up disconnecting. Hopefully
we will see a pause come out, so we'll just do that for now.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like Andrewmon is not able to 1v1 Presto. It's just that the fear duration from Presto is enough that he's able to get an advantage on within the damage aspect. Andrewmon really, when he's had the assistance of his team, when he's able to kite Presto effectively, he's been able to win those fights. It's just that when Presto gets the lockdown, then it's essentially going to be him winning those trades.
We're back into the game now.
Right now, it's as though
I'm liking the build that Worthless is running, especially since those new Juggernaut items came in. They really help people like Jarvan and Gnar, who may not be classified truly under Juggernaut, but I definitely feel that Gnar fits that Juggernaut style. So that Dead Man's Plate brings a lot to the
locked
table.
down by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow of Presto. The focus flashing straight down onto Tristana. Meanwhile, we do see Worthless, a nice swipe straight onto Topia. He's going to end up dying, but not before he's done his job. What just happened? Double kill. What? Andrewmon flashing straight into the Ash's face, and he gets immediately destroyed.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Andrewmon got so aggressive trying to take out Backpacker JJ there. That was a bit of a greed attempt, like I said. There's just been some greed going back and forth. And that's the stuff that's going to give Dark Wave the chance to close that gold gap.
Exactly. This is not something you really want to see coming out from Overhyped right now. They've been fairly consistent this entire game with all of their movements, but a play like that is just baffling to me.
I mean, it was like Andrewmon doing earlier when he went for JJ and died for it. He was getting greedy, going for a kill. This time it just didn't happen to pay off, and so hopefully he realized that he needs to stop trying that. When they see that Worthless goes down, that's their big front line right now. Worthless is Mega Gnar form is probably their best chance to go in and soak up damage. CR is going tanky as well, but I wouldn't say he's as tanky. I mean, you see Presto tear through him, but then again, Presto could probably also tear through Worthless.
Yeah, right now he's gonna be easily 1v1. With the addition of Nocturne, this might turn in favor of Dark Wave Gaming. Here comes JJ healing up DW, and that's gonna be Presto taking a kill onto Worthless. But this is gonna be a lot of pressure going down by Overhyped onto that bottom lane. They may even just take this inhibitor.
Good dodge.
CR flashing over that backpack. They're going to be able to get a kill onto that, but the shockwave just does so much damage. They end up getting another kill, and it's going to go over onto Topia, and that's really two of the key targets that they really need to take down. Presto now locked out by the death sentence.
That's going to be game.
Game right now for
that is game right there
for Dark Wave Gaming, and like you said, it is going to be game. Another lockdown with the death sentence. Al goes down. It's going to be the ace, and now it is definitely game. Overhyped managed to go 2-0. They finish off Reverie eSports tournament
Yeah, that enchanted crystal arrow missing was definitely a bad sign. That was just such a good attempt, but then the very end there, picking one member after another, Backpack, then Topia, into Presto.
And what's really unfortunate too is that the initial damage that Backpack's actually able to output is actually insane. When he hit that shockwave, the 3 members that he hit were all below half health. They're all well below half health. If Darkwave Gaming was actually ready for that fight, then they actually could have aced.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was just one after the other, instead of everyone being able to get there on time or all together. And that's what caused that loss there, is one member, then the next, then the next. Again, if Topia had hit that enchanted crystal arrow, that probably would have given them the time necessary to group back up. But because that missed and it was down, that gave Overhyped the ability to continue on, and that beautiful death sentence that landed on Topia just kind of said, this is it. We're going to win right now and here.
All right, so that is going to be the end of tonight's Reverie eSports tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. Remember, these casters were provided by Casters Caravan. Big thank you to Reverie eSports for setting up this tournament. Please remember to like, follow, subscribe them on their various forms of social media: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. I think they even have a Patreon, so if you'd like to donate to them, you can always donate to them.
They do indeed have a Patreon.
Yeah, you donate to them through Patreon. So that will be the end of tonight's stream. Hope you guys, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys can always post feedback to us, and we will take it, be it positive or a negative. But that will
hopefully
be
positive.
Hopefully positive, but you know, I'm fine with it being negative. I was slipping near the end. I can admit that.
He's just saying he's a negative person. That's all he's saying.
I am a negative person when it comes to my own feedback. So that's just my thing. But yeah, so I guess that will be the end. I'm rambling right now.
You are. Congratulations.
All right. So how about you just end it and end everyone's suffering?
Alright guys, well that was the Reverie eSports number 11 tournament. I don't know how many more there are to go, but thank you for stopping by. Thanks for joining us and tuning in to these entertaining matches. This is Corvus here with Desi Fresh. I was on the color casting while Desi Fresh covered the play-by-plays. Hopefully we'll get to do this again sometime. It had been a while since I got to shoutcast. So once again, thank you all, and we'll catch you another time.